We found the situation to be here. Numerous electrical violations, plumbing that didn't work in the hotel, a fire suppression and fire alarm system that was actually disconnected and entirely inoperable. We're very glad that we're able to shut this down rather than have some type of an emergency such as a fire where many people could have and probably would have lost their lives. We're going to make sure that we go after all of these bad properties, whether it's a hotel or an apartment or even just a residential property that a landlord or an owner has allowed or chosen to let deteriorate to the point to where it is entirely uninhabitable and just simply not safe for a person to live in. And we're happy to work with law enforcement in this regard as well, and make sure that they protect us as our civilian workforce does their job. We're really grateful for that. Thank you.
Could you spell your name really quickly?
Yes, Alanvarela.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and this has also been a target location for the Organized Crime Commission, which is county and state and our DA, and he's going to speak more to the work on that, our District Attorney, Sam Bregman.
Good afternoon. First of all, shout out to all the law enforcement agencies and officers that have worked this location and locations around this area for over a year now. And as chairman of the Organized Crime Commission, I can tell you this has been on the radar of the OCC. Agents have been having some of these places under surveillance. I can tell you that this hotel behind us right here was a cesspool for criminal activity, whether or not it was prostitution, drug trafficking, retail crime, shootings, people getting hurt here, people being trafficked here, sex trafficked. This place had to be shut down, and I applaud the mayor and code enforcement and all law enforcement who have worked a long time on these issues. And we go back a year looking at our case files at the DA's office, and we can see the impact on crime this particular location has had, and it has been significant. So I want to applaud the law enforcement, the city of Albuquerque, Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department, and the Organized Crime Commission for the work that was done on getting us to today. And hopefully, when this hotel comes back, in whatever capacity it does, the criminal element will be gone. Thank you.
Okay, and our Chief of Police, Harold Medina.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to thank everybody for being out here. You know, in October, we had a press conference and we talked about the first location that we were able to address, the Kiwa Lodge. And from then we moved to another location, and a couple weeks ago we stood in front of Bow and Arrow and I talked about the fact that we had more hotels in the pipe, and I'm going to tell you that again. We have more hotels in the pipe. We've learned that there are two things that we could successfully do to lower crime in the city of Albuquerque. Is when we devote resources to Central Boulevard, blocks north, blocks south, we see results, we see reductions in crime. I want to thank the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department, New Mexico State Police, and the DA's office for everything they're doing to assist us on East Central. And what has that done? That has enabled us to move resources to West Central, and we are now conducting more arrests along Central than we ever have in any other period of time. So we will continue this recipe of closing down nests of crime, closing down hotels that are drivers of crime, and continuing to devote resources to take people to jail along Central. I also want to thank all of the community who has been patient with us as we work through these processes, and thank all the individual officers who are out here every day doing the actual work. And just to kind of give you a glimpse into the results that we're seeing citywide because of these types of operations, as of yesterday, year to date, the key property crimes, residential burglary, commercial burglary, auto theft, and shoplifting are down 44% year to date. Violent crime, key categories, sexual assault, robbery, ag assaults are down 19%. Homicides are down 50% for the year, and a lot of this has to be attributed to the fact that we are now combining resources better than ever The DA's office is doing the best job I've seen in 7 years in prosecuting cases and getting people detained. The jail population has grown over the last 2 years. And as long as we keep this going forward, we continue to work together. We continue to put as many people as we can. And begin to hold people accountable and not get taken out by anything that's flying around the neighborhood. We will continue to have success. So I just want to once again just thank all the officers who work day in and day out. We had undercover officers here. At one point in time, we had 7 search warrants that needed to be executed at the same time. The sheriff's department stepped up. They offered their SWAT team. Things kind of worked out, and we didn't need all those resources. But it's a continued combined effort that is going to help us to continue to make a difference in the city of Albuquerque. Thank you.
Now also, we want to hear from Sergeant from BCSO. Sergeant.
Good afternoon. My name's Daniel Skartwood, S-K-A-R-T-W-E-D. I'm a sergeant with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office Metro Unit. I'm accompanied by Lieutenant Marujo and our case agent, Noah Chavez. Like everybody said, it's a collaborative effort between all agencies, from OCC, DA's office, APD, BCSO, and code enforcement. This was not a we or them, it was an us project, and I think it was successful. We had multiple arrests, secured a firearm, including felonies, felony warrants, possession charges of narcotics, trafficking charges of narcotics. Overall, I think it was a great success, and I think it's bridging some gaps between our agencies, and I think in the future we can all work together and produce more good work like this. Thank you.
Tim, you want to do questions?
All right. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, Tamara Lopez, KOB.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a list of hotels that you guys plan to target, or is it just on a case-by-case basis?
Obviously, they're not very undercover operations if we tell the public what we're targeting, but mark my word, there will be more information coming up in the next couple of weeks and beyond that. So we will continue to target the locations that data tells us issues are occurring at. Obviously, we're not going to tell the public where those are at, but we will continue, and you will continue to see press conferences and results like this.
All right. Next question.
For Gorilla, how many, in terms of numbers, violations are at this property?
Dozens and dozens. We're still preparing the report and getting the tally for that. All of that will be made available, and we should have that report fully compiled by sometime next week. We also have recent reports that came in from the Fire Rescue Department regarding their observations.